And joining us now is former Israeli ambassador to the United States and former Deputy Foreign Minister Danny Ayalon. Danny, thank you so much for joining.
My pleasure.
So Trump has won the election. Based on your experience, what does this mean for Israel now? What policy changes are we likely to see in your opinion?
Well, first of all, I think we have to look at the record. I think that Trump had an excellent record when it came to Israel. He was the only president of so many who promised to move the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem and didn't. And he was the only one to do it. He also recognized Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. He defended very strongly Israel in the international arena, in international organizations like UNESCO and others, threatening them to withhold funds if they were singling out Israel and condemning it. And I think also his strong stance on Iran also was very important for not just Israel's national security, but to the entire region in the Middle East and even beyond. So he will be now coming back. This is his second and last term. I would say devoid or free of any political let's say, pressure or considerations. I think he may want to work for his legacy. And he has mentioned so many times that he would like to bring about peace in the Middle East. And in that, on that respect, it's certainly Israel's interest to have peace here, but without paying an exorbitant price, which may compromise our national security. So in that case, it remains to be seen how would he want to, what are the details of this peace. And for instance, we know that he would like to extend the Abraham Accords, which also was under his leadership in 2019. Saudi Arabia, in order to do that, to normalize relations with Israel, stipulated a Palestinian state. He also, by the way, with the deal of the century that he presented, also talked about a two-state solution, side by side, living Israel and a Palestinian state on almost 70% of Judea and Samaria. So there are too many moving parts to really, let's say, surmise what would happen, except that he's a strong and staunch supporter of Israel, and I have no doubt that Israel will benefit from Trump's presidency.
So indeed, a lot remains to be seen. Now, with President Biden still in office for the next 3 months, how should Israel navigate its relationship with the United States during this critical period? 3 months, after all, can be very significant, especially as Israel faces multiple active fronts and the potential threat of an imminent attack from Iran.
Well, although he has only until January 20th as a lame duck president, he still has full powers with full authority. I think that Israel should, of course, conduct its, foreign and security issues according to all our interests. I believe also it's the U.S. interest of having Israel, a strong Israel here in the Middle East. I believe that Biden also proved himself to be a good friend of Israel. He called himself, till now, calling himself a Zionist. And he also now, for the remaining of his term, will be free of political considerations, meaning specifically the very progressive, let's say, part in with the Democrats or the Arabs or Muslims in the Democratic Party, and that means, I think, that he will also keep Israel's back. And in that respect, I think we should just keep on an even keel.
So Israel should be working with both administrations, the one still in place and the one forming. They surely will have different approaches to how to handle the war, be it in Gaza, in Lebanon, or with Iran.
Oh, absolutely. First of all, I would really like to see going back to the bipartisan support of Israel by the United States. Unfortunately, under President Obama, the Democratic Party just turned away, partially at least, from Israel. I would like to see that coming back. And in that respect, I think that with a Trump administration, we will have less constraints. And when we talk about war in Gaza or Lebanon, and other considerations as collateral damage, which Israel is trying to minimize and doing it better than any other military in the world. But still, under the Biden-Harris administration, we had a lot of pressure in a way, tying our one hand behind our back, especially in Gaza, and that made it difficult for us to bring about victory and actually prolonging the war. I think on these issues, Trump will be much more lenient on Israel, and he would go for tougher conditions in case of ceasefires, both in Lebanon and on the Gaza Strip.
Danny Ayalon, thank you very much.
My pleasure.